Hi there. In this video, I'll be giving you a lesson to talk about some key reading skills to help you with the IELTS exam. Now, these examples will be in the general training reading, but they can be used in the academic reading as well, and you should use them in the academic reading. First things first, we have two key reading skills, skimming and scanning. Now, do you have any idea what these mean? Well, skimming is when we read quickly. We skip over many words and we are reading for general understanding, not detail. On the other hand, we have scanning, which is when we don't even read the text, we're actually just looking for specific keywords and we don't care about details. We are just interested in finding our keywords. Now I've got two examples to show you how these work. In this reading example, it's very nice because we've got these titles on every paragraph. That makes finding information really easy. Here's an example. Question 2, we have to answer true, false, not given, about you may smoke in the playground. I see the word smoke. I'm not going to read all of the text. I'm going to scan for the word smoke. Immediately, I see the title Smoking Policy, and I can find my answer here. But this is a really nice, easy text. We're going to ignore that and move on to a more difficult one. Now, of course, in the exam, the first thing you should do is not read the text. You should never start by reading the text. You should start by reading the questions and seeing, do you need to skim or do you need to scan? Now, in this type of question, we need to choose the correct heading for each section. And there's actually a little trick we can use for this. We don't need to read all of this. We can do something that I recommend you do in every reading, which is have a look at the first sentence and the last sentence of each paragraph. This way you only spend a little bit of time reading, but you can guess in general what that paragraph is about. Have a look at paragraph C. The typist must be comfortably accommodated in a chair, adjustable for height with a backrest. Okay, I can also see that this must be about chairs and sitting at a desk. Paragraph E. While keying, it is advisable to have frequent but short pauses. Okay, this period could be used to do something else. So I'm thinking paragraph E must be about breaks and pauses from a desk. If I go to the questions, can I see anything about a seat or breaks? I can see sitting, seats and chairs. Yep, good. Oh, and how long should I work without a break? So I know that, I believe section C is about the chair. So section C will be V, and section E will be how long should I work without a break? Now, obviously, in the real exam, you should check more carefully than that. This is just a quick example, but that shows you that you can answer two questions in a text in maybe 30 seconds, and you didn't even read the text when you were doing this, okay? Let's come down to another text down here, then. For this one, again, I'm not going to start by reading the text. I'm going to look at the question. For this one, I need to complete a sentence. Now, in the last question, I had to match headings, so skimming the paragraphs was a really good idea. But in this one, skimming, that won't help with this question. Scanning will help with this. I need to find this information in the text. So then, what word should I look for? Employee? That probably won't be useful because I think employee will be a very common word in this text. I can see employee, employer, employee. I can see it many, many times. Employee again, employer again. So that's not a useful word to scan for. But he will lose his job if his work does not get better. That's useful. So I'm going to look for two ideas here. I'm going to scan for losing job or work doesn't get better. Those are what I'm going to scan for. So we go to the start, we scan, we're looking for lose job or get better. I don't see anything. Improve, maybe that could be get better. You will be dismissed. That means lose your job. Okay, that's another way of saying it. So now that I've scanned and found this information, next I'm going to read in more detail around this area, really focusing on this part round here. So it says you will be dismissed if there is no improvement. Hey, that sounds like the question. It said, if his work does not get better, okay, we'll lose our job. Yep. So now we need to find, what does the employee receive? You may be given a written warning. There we go. Okay. If I wasn't talking and explaining this, then this question can be answered again in maybe 30 seconds to a minute, depending on your reading speed. So, we've seen some examples of some questions. Some questions where skimming can be useful to build a title for the paragraph, and another question where we need to complete the sentence, so scanning is more useful to find that information in the text. I hope you've learnt some key reading skills here. The main thing is to read the questions first and decide which skill you think is more useful. Sometimes you might even use both of them together. Thanks for watching.